Hey, my endorsement level has gone. No, it hasn't gone up. Every time I see this, I think my endorsement level's gone up. It never goes up from 2. I mean, am I toxic? I don't know, but I've got a loot box reward. Yeah. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, there is new content for Overwatch. That's right, new content. So you guys remember the playlists that got updated on YouTube? And we were like, could this be Zen lore? Could this be any kind of Overwatch lore? Well, we know what that is. And yeah, I'm going to show you what it is. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it now. All right, then, let me explain just what the hell this event is and what the hell is going on. So you guys remember a while ago, there was a playlist update on the Overwatch YouTube channel, and I think I said something stupid on Twitter like, well, maybe it's Zen lore, or maybe it's some sort of, it could be anything. It could be a cinematic, whatever. It's not. It's actually this, because what they've done through this Overwatch cities and countries is they've put all of the music onto playlists on YouTube, and I think it will also be available on Spotify and everything else, which I think is cool. And also there's this, we'll get onto this in a second, which I think is really cool, right? This is all part of the Sigma Maestro Challenge, which is one of these Overwatch mini events, which we know how these work now. Basically win 9 games and then you get all of the good stuff. So let's just take a look through this again, and what I'm going to do is we're going to break down the Sigma skin to begin with, and then we will go and look at some of this audio, because honestly, it's really damn good audio, and I think it's great that they've finally done this. But yeah, let's take a look at the Sigma skin, because this is actually amazing. All right, well, first things first, he's got shoes on. Now, this is awesome. This instantly makes it a top-tier Overwatch skin and a top-tier Sigma skin, because nobody wants to see Sigma's feet. They are stupid. Well, actually, they're a really good design decision, because Sigma whole, mental asylum institute is running around barefoot with a bit of, bandages on it. It sells the whole thing, but nobody likes that in the game. Nobody wants to see it. I always use the Talon skin just because it's got boots. Now, this is another top tier skin for Sigma because he's got shoes on. Now, he is a maestro. He's a conductor of an orchestra. Well, let's just say he's an orchestra. He's in the opera, right? He's going to be beautiful, right? I was going to say conductor of a band, but let's hype him up a bit more. So he needs to turn up nice and prim and proper. So good stuff, Blizzard. He's got shoes on. I like it a lot. Right then, let's take a closer look at this, because this is just amazing. Zoom in on the face. All right, here we go. So this is beautiful, right? He's got a crazy hairstyle. He's got crazy lopsided glasses. He's Sigma. He's crazy. It sells the whole thing. I love it. It's so cool. Awesome. His face looks great. All right, well, we move down and we see a nice dicky bow. You got to love that. It looks very dapper. And you got to expect that from the maestro himself. And then we've got other bits of detail on this. Now, obviously, he's wearing a fancy tuxedo and all of that stuff. It's beautiful. However, I think there are some sort of, there's a bit of musical inspiration here. It is a musical skin. And I'm going to butcher this because I am not a musical man. I don't know if you guys have worked this out, but no, I'm not, because I'm an absolute idiot, so I don't know what I'm talking about. But if you look on his shoulders, it looks like, you guys know what a saxophone looks like, right? You know when you press the buttons on it, and it opens a valve. Maybe that's what they're called, valves. I don't know. It opens up and it makes different notes, right? You get them on clarinets as well, I believe. I think that's what they've done to the skin. That is really cool. I like that. Now, in terms of where Sigma is, he's just obviously in the spawn on the Paris map, which is fine. They've just used that because it's like a stage, and they don't have another stage, so that I wouldn't read too much into that. But yeah, it looks cool. I like this skin. Good job, Blizzard. Good stuff. Okay, so if you go to the link, I'm going to put it in the video description below, you'll get to this playlist. Now, this is the thing that was updated, we believe, on YouTube and all of that stuff. However, look how many songs are in this. It's massive. I know this is a really small picture, but I've done this just so you guys can see the whole playlist. It's pretty ridiculous. And what we're going to do now is just fire up some of these and listen to them, because they're actually, they're really good quality. They're super quality. The music of Overwatch is fantastic. The world of Overwatch is great. And I just hope, eventually, whenever Overwatch 2 launches, hopefully this millennium, that we're going to be able to see some beautiful lore and beautiful bits and pieces. Yeah, all right, let's check out some music. So I thought what I'll do is I'll just select my favorite songs, because I love these. So this is Dorado. I love it. And what actually I quite like about this is it shows you the composers, which is great. And you can see it's part of this cities and countries thing. That looks like album art, which I think is what we will see on the on Spotify and all of that good stuff. And probably this might be available as an actual thing you can buy, maybe physically. I think that'd be really cool. But yeah, Dorado, it's a beautiful soundtrack. I know I'm talking all over it, guys, but you guys can go and check this out. It's in the link in the video description below. It's all super high quality, this stuff is, which is awesome. And in fact, I'm really tempted to use this as backing tracks for my for the videos that I make, instead of the type of music that I generally get off a website called Epidemic Sound, which is really good, but I don't know. I quite like the Overwatch music. Anyway, let's take a little quick listen to Havana, because I love this one. Well, I'll be quiet because I like the start of Havana. It's great. Havana, the soundtrack on Havana is awesome. The map itself might be slightly questionable, but yeah, it's whatever. Anyway, guys, that's all I've got today for an update. At least it's something new to talk about with Overwatch, which is beautiful. I mean, you've got to give it to the devs. They seem to be doing quite well with very minimal stuff. They're kind of drip feeding us like little bits and pieces, doing like crazy balance changes, like, hey, let's just buff Genji into like absolutely the moon so he just kills everyone and that'll be fine. And we'll come back in a few months' time and do something else potentially ridiculous, I suppose. So yeah, the Overwatch soundtrack is now available and it will be on streaming platforms as well, but it's also on YouTube. And there's going to be a mini Sigma Maestro event. We know what these mini events are like. We've done loads of them now, which is going to go live next Tuesday, which is the 14th. And yeah, you'll be able to get the Maestro skin and probably a bunch of other stuff. You generally get a reward, don't you, for every 3 wins you get. Cool stuff. I like the skin, and also Sigma's like the best off tank in the game. So yeah, you're probably playing him if you're a tank. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching the video. It is my pleasure, as always, to make this content. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Take it out away, Havana. That was terrible, but we'll leave it in. Yeah.